Guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a new video. Hope you all had a very good weekend. We have arrived at a very interesting point for BTC. We're going to dive into the charts right away, but not before I've asked you to like, subscribe, click on the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, share this video with your friends if you think that's useful. And without further ado, let's start diving into the charts. Because like we already talked about, is that Bitcoin has kind of broken out from this ascending triangle. Let me extend this a little bit. But you could say that we maybe have arrived at a bit of an deviation kind of part where this is kind of our trading range. So these are the tops and these are the bottoms, and we're now just above, maybe to trap some longs and then going lower. We have seen such a scenario already many times in the past. And we also tapped the golden pocket now twice. So this tap was here on Saturday. This is, by the way, the BTC USD on the 4 hour. On Saturday. On Friday, I said don't really like us just into the golden pocket and then back. And now we had our second tap, and I believe that was on Saturday. So that was actually pretty nice. And this kind of price action, the way that we are creating right now, makes me actually even more bearish and more convinced about my bearish scenario, and that is that we have a bit of a double top right here. You could also name it that we are maybe a bit of a distribution phase. That would also be nice. Maybe retap this golden pocket one more time, maybe SFP this high. That actually would be nice because we did it on this candle during the New York session. That would actually be very nice, putting the high during New York and then going lower. From a pattern perspective, you could say maybe we are forming something like a little bit of a rising wedge. Very well, Ray. A rising wedge. Not very clear, but you could argue that we have that a little bit, or maybe put in the tops a bit like this, and then this needs to be drawn a bit more like this. I don't know. What I mostly now look at is if this 21k will be broken or not. If we do, then I'm looking out for 21,800 to 21,900. We have a value area high there. We have some points of control in 78.6 from the FIB retracement. So there is some quite some significant resistance coming in, 21,800, 21,900. If we make it there, because on the indicators, we are already creating these bearish divergences. As you see, quite a lot of time. This is actually very nice for ones to see on the hourly. Quite a lot of time here on the top, then here on the bottom, then here on the top, then here on the bottom. So to go at a certain point short here, which somewhere here in the price action where you're already making lower highs and lower lows, is actually very easy to do. And the same we have here then from the bottom. Also this top was actually quite nice. All in all, it was a pretty good price action, and for once it was a little bit of a volatile weekend where it was able to trade. I had plans this weekend, so I didn't trade at all, but on a volatility weekend perspective, it actually was pretty good. If I'm zooming in on the 4 hour, there we also already have our first bearish divergence. This is absolutely textbook, where the momentum wave is already going lower, price is making a new high. But on the bull side, we do have this trigger wave right here, money flow going up, VWAP going higher. So who knows, we maybe even get a triple divergence. If that happens, I'm shorting the farm for sure. Like I always said, I have a 100% win rate on a triple divergence, where we see the momentum wave touching 3 times going lower, price 3 times going higher. I will definitely trade that. Also an SFP, of course, from this tap here into the golden pocket. We'll definitely treat that as a big short, and I will go in hard. For this week, there is still a lot of news on the agenda. Most important, that is Wednesday FOMC meeting. The United States will most likely rise the interest rates again with 0.75%. That is almost 100% guarantee. If they surprise the market with 1%, it's going to be very bloody. And my target, if I'm going short here, is of course still the bottom here, approximately at 18,000, 17,600. And then if we're lucky we're breaking it, I have not changed my macro bias, which is that I think sooner or later we need to take out that 17,600 to maybe put in a significant bottom and take the liquidity that is underneath this absolute bottom level that we have put in for this year. And for our bearish scenario, we are being strengthened by the daily, trying to print a red dot today. RSIs are a little bit weak, split to the upside. That is actually also on the bear side a good scenario. That means that this pump still is kind of missing the strength, and you also see it here on the volume on the daily candles, that the volume is not really kicking in. Comparable to this area right here, we had so much more volume during that volatile period, so that is an extra signal for me for that this pump might not last very long. Of course, we can always go higher, like I said, 21,700, 21,800. Or 900 is still in the cards, but we take it day by day, level by level, trade by trade. Now, if you are still bullish, then of course you could trade it. Wait maybe for a little bit of a retrace, because we have to be honest. So far, it is actually a kind of a bullish structure with higher highs and higher lows. So in that sense, you could say, well, Ray, you're wrong, because the market structure is to the upside. Yes, I know that's true, but like I said, bit of a double top, bit of a distribution. And this actually also reminds me very much of something that we have seen here, where you see the distribution. This was done over a bit of a longer period of time, where you just have slightly higher highs, and the price constantly kind of rolling over, then going back up, and then rolling over. A few of these spikes will being recovered, rounding tops, rounding bottoms, and this is kind of what it reminds me of. And this, of course, was the top here of this macro range that we are trading in now already for many weeks. So it kind of is a little bit similar, not 100%, but a little bit similar. Something that also strengthens our scenario is that the dollar index has broken out. It looks like we have really found a way up again. So as I already said many times before, I just see this as a bigger consolidation kind of period, because that dollar index can be between this level of 109, 110 to 115, 120 for the next months, maybe even years. We have also seen that in the past. So yes, you could have these bigger retracements as you see here, and then the Bitcoin price has time to move up, but eventually we're seeing that everything goes up again. The narrative, and I may sound like a broken record, but the narrative is and stays the same: inflation, interest rate, Federal Reserve, and everything else is just moves as a reaction to what is happening there. If there is high inflation, then we seek safety in the dollar. If the Fed starts rising the interest rates, people seek safety in the dollar. Stocks, crypto, commodities sell off. What is also nice is that on the S&P 500, I also said here exactly the same for Bitcoin. We had a tap in the golden pocket, but it was not so nice actually. And now we had a second tap in that golden pocket. We had quite a big move on Friday, I think more than 2%. And it would be nice if we now could be rolling over, because now also we took out the high here, and maybe to have a sharp rejection, or maybe another spike up and then go lower, or lower one more time of rejection, and like an SFP. Then you have a triple top. That would also be very beautiful, to then turn again and then go lower, and then eventually take out these lows right here. So if you want to turn for the S&P 500, and again, if the S&P is dumping, then Bitcoin usually does the same, then this is a very nice moment to do so. We also kind of at the top of this support and resistance box that we already drew some time ago. So far this is just playing out very nicely. So a reversal here would be nice. If the S&P decides to pump further, then I'm looking out for a little bit of a bigger golden pocket that is then measured from the higher top, shall we say, approximately at 4,000 for the S&P. But like I said, if we would turn here, that actually would already make me very happy. I think so far for this week the camps are very much divided. I feel like I had the same already last week. Some people were a little bit caught by surprise with this pump. I gotta be honest, me too, because I thought, okay, we are going to break lower soon here again. Yes, we're at the point of control of this bigger range, but we just spent so much time here at the bottom that I thought, okay, this is going to break lower, and then we are going to take out the 17,600. So I was a bit surprised by this pump, but as I also stated already many times before, the higher the price, the better, because then I can just short it from a higher price, because I'm still very much leading towards the fact that the 17,600 needs to be taken out some moment in time, and whenever that is, today, tomorrow, next week, next month, it's all fine. But I think from a chart perspective, this would be healthy if we take that out and shake out a lot of weak hands. Again, from a bull side, this looks good and kind of concerns me a little bit that we have a trigger wave, the money flow coming up on the 4 hour, but really looking at the price action, if we make a lower high or an SFP or a triple top, then for me all signals that the bear scenario is still very, very much in play. On the very local, and then we wind it up right away for today, is that if you want to trade this, you could say, you know what, I'm waiting then a little bit maybe for another retrace in the golden pocket. That will be nice. 20,400-ish is then your target to look for a potential long, so that we do something like this. Something like this. We could also say, you know what, this is actually also a nice range again, and then we just pull the volume. Then we're right now at the point of control. If we bounce off, we can go higher. Then the first target would be 20,900, the value area high of this level. And if else, and let me see, I think the VWAP is now so close to the point of control. So actually that would be a nice area as well. If we, let me take this out. If we're really going lower, then you can also look at 20,200, 20,300, 400. So that is kind of this area right here. We have a bit of a order block here, a nice supply zone, and that would actually also be very nice to take a trade that we just once dip in again, retesting it, and then you could even say that we're making something like a bigger W pattern. So definitely also be on the lookout for that. Right now for me there's a little bit of a no trading zone. I have not really seen a very strong setup that I'm thinking that is what I would like to take. So I'm staying cautious. You know my bias. I'm saying for this quarter, for the macro, very, very bearish. I want to see some levels being taken out. That doesn't mean that I do not enter long trades just on a daily base. If I maybe want to quickly get in, get out, I will take that. But the bigger jam, I'm still looking out for it, and I really want to be 100% convinced that we have been topping out before I am building up short positions. So yes, right now I am not in a short yet, but I'm keeping my eyes stick to the charts. If you like the content, then please do me a favor, like, subscribe, click on the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, share this video with your friends. If you think this is useful, feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Those links are also in the descriptions. I update you there multiple times a day with everything that's going on in the world and in the market. So definitely check that out. Thank you guys so much. See you in the next one. Bye bye.